Hey guys, it's Mike from Mike's Rockin' Relics, and today we're going to Montreal on the train. And I did this past week, and I wanted to show you one of the sites that I saw, which was John Lennon's famous hotel suite from the Bed Inn in 1969. So more on that in a second. I took the train, which is a great way to travel if you live on the North Shore of Lake Ontario. This was about a 4-hour train ride for me, and boy, it was a lot more relaxing than driving, and to not have a car in Montreal was pretty good, actually. And if you've ever driven in Montreal, you know it's a bit crazy. But the train ride's nice and easy, nice landscapes to see, and pretty low stress. So that was pretty good. It's not the cheapest thing to do, that's for sure, but it sure was nice to just kind of sit back and look out the window. Once we arrived at this station, we sort of started our holiday and looking around at some of the famous landmarks and areas. Old Montreal, I highly recommend if you do go to check out that place. It's the original city of Montreal, and has a very European feel to it. It's shops and restaurants and lots of people out, certainly, because it's summertime. I've been here in the wintertime before. It's nice, but a little less crowded on the streets. But Montreal can be pretty darn cold in the wintertime, so it's nice in the summer. We headed out to the Olympic Village at Olympic Stadium. Of course, this is the former home of the Montreal Expos and was the site of the 1976 Olympics. And the Biodome is out here as well, so it's pretty cool to check out this area. And kind of takes some time to walk around all the sites out here. There's a great botanical gardens that we went to and some other things out here, so it's pretty cool. Back into the city, St. Catherine Street, one of the more famous streets in Montreal, with lots of funky shops and things like that. And we finally headed downtown, and this is where I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I made this video for the music channel. This is the Queen Elizabeth Hotel in downtown Montreal, and this is the site of the 1969 Bed Inn for Peace that John Lennon and Yoko Ono did. And they did one in Amsterdam, and they did one in Montreal, and they were designed to be non-violent protests against the war in Vietnam, which was still going really strong. And this was a way to get attention towards trying to stop the war, which was commendable. The hotel is a 5-star hotel. It's really high end, and you can't just sort of walk in. Well, you're not supposed to anyway. Walk in and just go see this. But I was able to kind of talk my way in. So this is the front lobby, and when you go upstairs, this is the hallway. That is where John and Yoko's room was, and it's pretty cool. So once you get out of the elevators here, it's a very short walk around the corner. This is the 17th floor, and you just go around this corner, and they've got murals up along the walls as you get down the corridor here. And it sort of shows images from that time in 1969. And there's a little plaque here that talks about the writing of Give Peace a Chance. And you continue on down into the room. Now this is fairly new. The previous to me seeing this before, it was just a plain door with a little plaque on it. So they've done all this to kind of bring some attention to it, and actually you can rent this room out. And so the room itself, it's Suite 1742. And it looks like this. This is inside, and the setting is very retro, but you can actually rent this room for the night. And when I asked at the front desk, they said it's $2,000 for the night to stay here. So there you go. Guys, thanks for watching. If you're a big fan of rock and roll and you like records, guitars, and stories about rock and roll, be sure to give us a like and subscribe and ring that bell. It helps us to grow the channel and keep more stuff coming. Thanks a lot. So this is a piece from my personal collection, and I used to own a rock and roll museum, and I wanted something that represented this event in Montreal in the museum, and I contacted Yoko, and she sent this great signed picture and drew a happy sun up there, which is pretty cool. And also a letter from her attorneys saying that this can be only displayed here, which was, I think, pretty cool. So that is something from my personal collection that I am really happy to have. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed that brief look at the hotel where John and Yoko did their Bed In for Peace in Montreal in 1969. And when you're traveling, always keep your eye open for rock and roll significance, I like to call it. Little places where sometimes very famous things occurred, and it's not always record shops and things like that. There's other locations where either record albums were photographed or music videos happened and things like that. You'd be surprised where they show up. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time. Keep on collecting.